Hi guys, it's June 27th, 2025, and some of you have been asking for classes on head coverings. Some of you have been asking about canning and some baking classes and stuff like that. And so Jesus and I were talking, and I decided that it would be better and easier and take less time to do it this way. And so I'm going to show you two very simple things that I've been working on since yesterday. And one of them is kind of new to me. The other one isn't. But I'm not going to do the actual steps. I'm just going to explain it to you because it's so super easy. But anyways, go like my channel on YouTube, not because I'm trying to monetize, because I don't have I only have one video on there, but because it'll be easier for you to find the videos, although I will send them to you also. First of all, I am new to milling my own wheat. And so what I've been doing, if you look behind me right here, is my KitchenAid. And on top of the KitchenAid, and yes, my kitchen is very busy. I live in a box, okay? My house is a box, and I have a lot of stuff. And I use it all. There's my dehydrator. Here's my table. Maybe I'll give you a tour. Anyways, down here is my vintage mixer, just so I have another one for the holidays, because I used to, when I was doing the worldly holidays, I would have sometimes 50 some people in this box, okay? So you need a lot of stuff. But anyways, here's my KitchenAid. Right on top, I bought a mill, and I started milling my own flour. And what we have here is durum wheat berries. D-U-R-U-M, durum wheat berries, and these are organic. I ordered them from Azure, and I mill them myself now, and they go from this to this, and I get this nice flour. And yesterday I made, now I've been baking and cooking since I was a little girl. Cynthia started teaching, and my grandmother were teaching me baking skills since I was a little thing. My first time making bread, I was 8 years old when I made bread from scratch myself. So been doing this a long time, but doing it with the fresh milled wheat it's different. It's not the same as your store-bought garbage, and I'm sorry, it is garbage. My gut is a mess, as most of you know. I've been diagnosed with a lot of things, and so we're trying this. So the first thing I did was I made homemade noodles, and I'm going to show you. I'm not going to actually make the noodles on video, but I'm going to show you how simple it was. You take one, it's 2 ingredients. Mine was 3 because I don't normally do this, but I added salt for some reason. I threw a little salt in it. You don't have to. It's egg and flour. You take an egg, and I just have a cutting board, and I put the egg on there, and then you just add flour until it's thick enough to roll out. That's it. I put a little flour, threw an egg on there, mixed it up, added a little more flour, mixed it up, add a little more flour until it's rollable, if that's a word. It's that simple. And then I rolled it all out, and I cut it with a knife. Now, I do have a pasta maker that you put the dough in, and it'll cut it for you. It's not a very big batch, so I just did it with a knife, just a little bit, not a lot, and that's it. I have noodles. You don't have to let them sit overnight. You can cook, make them in the morning or afternoon, and Honestly, I don't even think you have to let them sit at all. I think you could just throw them straight into the pan. But I made these for tonight. I made them yesterday for today. Because we're going to have beef and noodles or chicken noodle or something. I'm not sure yet. Might do some chicken noodle soup so I can throw some of my canned carrots in there. But I rolled it out. I cut it with a knife. And then I just put it over my rolling pin and let them dry for a little while, and then I took them off the rolling pin and put them on the counter so that the bottom side could dry. Noodles. Pasta. That's all pasta is. And by the way, if you are, and I haven't done it myself, but, and I should try. I think I will. I'll make a video on it. But if you want to do gluten-free, if you look on your gluten-free, I don't think I have any here. But if you look on your your gluten-free pasta, it has one ingredient. And that's usually some type of a bean. You just soak or cook the beans. And again, you just make it thick enough to roll out and cut it. That's all it is. If you look on your gluten-free pasta box, it'll say one ingredient. And you can do it with chickpeas or your lentils, you know, whatever pasta you prefer. And it's the same concept. It's the same thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I am going to try that, and we'll see what happens. I wonder if you have to cook it first or if you just turn it into a flour and add water. I'm going to find out, and I'll make a video. Okay, the second thing I have been working on, and like I said, I have been making bread since I was 8 years old, and I was helping the adults make it even before that. But I've never done a sourdough starter bread. I've always just used the store-bought yeast. But when things get tough, you may not be able to just run to the grocery store and buy some yeast. And so I wanted to learn. Also, if you have gut issues, sourdough bread is supposed to be easier to digest. And so, again, I take, and the sourdough starter is just 2 ingredients. It's your flour and water. I take 1/4 cup of my fresh milled flour. You add 1/4 cup of water. You stir it up really good, really good. I mean, really get in there, stir it for about 8-10 minutes. Let it sit overnight. The next morning, do the same thing. Another 1/4 cup of fresh milled flour and a 1/4 cup of water. Mix it in with yesterday's, and then do that for 5 days until you have 1 1/4 cup of starter. I am on day 2, and tomorrow or the next day, I will probably put this in a bigger container. But you want it to ferment. That's the whole idea. That's where your, that smells good. That's where your yeast comes in. And so you want to do that for 5 days and then let it sit for maybe another day or 2, depending on how well it bubbles. You want the bubbling. It's going to kind of grow. The fermentation is what creates the yeast. And this is my first time making it. Well, it's my second time making the starter, and then I went camping and forgot about it for 5 days. And so, yeah, technically this is my first time. So, I'm on day 2. I'll do this for 3 more days, and then I will wait another day or 2 after that. And if it works properly, you should be able to make bread once a week from this. Now, what you're going to do when you do make the bread, and I will try to make a video when I make the bread, I want to start making challah, Sabbath bread, communion bread, whatever you want to call it. But I want to start doing that once a week. And you're going to use 1 cup of your starter as your yeast base, and you will still have 1/4 cup left, and you just start over. You use the 1/4 to start another batch, and that would be your day 1. So technically you can use it as your day 2. When you take your 1 cup out as your starter for your loaf, you'll have 1/4 left, so you'll add another 1/4 of your flour and 1/4 cup of water and start the day over, or start the batch over, the whole process over, okay? But you want to have 1 1/4 cup of starter so that you can use 1 cup for your bread, and you'll still have 1/4 of a cup left over. I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna do a lot of different videos. I'm gonna do a head covering. No, I'm not wearing one. Don't come at me, okay? I'm at home, I'm tired. I worked my patootie off the last couple days, and I didn't get sleep last night, and I'm not in prayer right now. You know, whatever excuse you need, don't come at me. I'm gonna do some cooking and baking videos. I don't do a lot of editing, so you're gonna get what you get. I'm not trying to make a living on these, so I'm doing this because I talked to Jesus, and we just decided this was the best way to do this. I will do some bread videos. I will do some canning videos. I will do some dehydrating and jellies and, you know, whatever. I'm going to do videos for everybody. If you want to, you know, you see a video and you want me to come and do it with you in person, you know me. I'm like all about hanging out, so just let me know. All right, I love you guys, and what is today? Is it Thursday? Boy, I need to figure it out. Okay, because I don't think today's Friday. I should find out. Anyways, it's still early. I didn't get sleep. I'm trying to cut back on my coffee, and so my brain isn't braining yet. I love you guys. Bye.